Hello and welcome to the show Spin-Off. This is your RJ Faisal Ilyas. ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024 is in its full swing, and the day has come when the entire world stops and the only thing that they talk about is Pakistan-India game. Today from New York, Nassau Stadium, Pakistan and India are going to play the game, much anticipated game of this World Cup, and Pakistan has started their campaign with the loss against USA, but India has won their game against Ireland, so we'll have to wait and see as to how these teams go about it. This ground has the tendency to produce low scoring games, and experts are saying that this could go into Pakistan's favor because our team is right now under a lot of pressure. But with this game, you cannot select one team to be very favorite because this game is going to be a nail-biter one. India and Pakistan, arch rivals, are going to take on against each other. We'll talk about in today's show in complete detail about this game because Pakistan has to go through certain changes in their side. The news that is coming is that Saim Ayub, left-handed flamboyant opener, is going to play his first T20 international for Pakistan. We'll have to wait and see as to whether that happens or it doesn't happen. Also, Imad Wasim has also come out of the injury, so these two players could make a big impact in today's game, but this ground is expected to produce a low scoring game, so we'll have to wait and see as to how it goes about. But after yesterday's show, 3 other games have also happened. South Africa, Australia and West Indies have won their games. We'll talk about all these 3 games in detail because first 200 plus game has also happened in this World Cup between Australia and England last night. And one fact about these two teams is that in 2010 these two teams were the finalists of T20 tournament. That also happened in West Indies. So these two teams are supposed to do well, but the group where these two teams are playing is now wide open because England is yet to win a match. But we'll move our focus towards Pakistan game, which is the biggest game of this tournament against arch rivals India today. Both the teams are going to go and play this game at 7:30 p.m. Pakistan time in the Nassau International Cricket Stadium, New York. And the scenes from New York, especially from Times Square, are exceptional. Who would have thought that cricket will be celebrated like this in USA? But it's actually happening, and why is it happening is because of the game between India and Pakistan. If we look at some of the records of these two teams in T20 internationals, especially in ICC T20 tournaments, India has a clear edge. India is 6-1 up against Pakistan. India has won 6 games against Pakistan, winning only 1 game against India in ICC T20 tournament. The only game Pakistan won was in UAE, where Pakistan beat India by 10 wickets. Who can forget that win by Pakistan? Let's hope that history repeats itself, and the kind of stats these two teams share, Pakistan surely needs to improve on it, and we expect today's game to be in Pakistan's favor. If we talk about this particular ground where Pakistan is going to take on India today, total 4 matches have been played on this ground, of which team batting first has won only 1 game, the game that Canada won against Ireland, and the team batting second has clear advantage. 3 times team batting second have won out of the total 4 matches that have been played on this particular ground. And if we look at the highest score that has been scored on this ground is only 137 for 7 that Canada scored against Ireland. So this also makes us move towards the first game that was played yesterday evening, was between Netherlands and South Africa. And why I said that this makes us move towards that game, because this game was also played in New York Nassau Stadium, where Pakistan is going to take on India today. If we talk about this game, South Africa won the game by 5 wickets and 7 balls to spare, but it was not that easy. When we look at this game, this again was a low scoring game where South Africa won the toss and they asked Netherlands to bat first, and Netherlands could only manage 103 for 9, which again was not that easy, and it was only through the match winning efforts of David Miller scoring 59 of just 51 runs that South Africa could manage to win this game. It wasn't quite an easy win, although when we look at the numbers, they won the game by 5 wickets and there were 7 balls to spare, but it was only possible because of David Miller's great performance. And we know that when he comes to party, it's always easy for South Africa to win games. But if we look at the bowling performances from South Africa, Bartman bowled so exceptionally well. He took 4 wickets and conceding only 11 runs. Nokia, who was the hero in the last game that they played, again took 2 wickets conceding just 19 runs, and Johnson took 2 wickets and he conceded only 20 runs. Like I said, David Miller was the man of the match performer for this game. South Africa now has 4 points in their group, and they are clearly heading towards the next round, and with this 4 points they are in a strong position, although we'll have to wait and see when they play against teams like Australia and England in the next stage, how do they perform. So this was the first game that was played yesterday evening, going in the favor of South Africa. If we talk about South Africa's next game, they have to play Bangladesh on 10th of June at New York, and which is going to happen tomorrow, and Netherlands also have to play Bangladesh on 13th of June at St. Vincent. Alright, so this was the first game that was played yesterday. Then the next game that was played yesterday was the great game between England and Australia. Why I'm saying great game is because Australia played it like true champions. Although England is the reigning champion and they are defending their title, but Australia took on England like anything. England, although won the toss and elected to bowl first, but the decision eventually came out to be the wrong one because Australia took on England and they fired in their power play. We'll talk about that game in complete detail because Warner and Marsh and Travis Head, all of them came to party. The man of the match performance was from Adam Zampa, who was exceptional for Australia in 2023 50 over World Cup happened in India. So this guy is playing great again for Australia. But the interesting fact about this game is that none of the Australian players scored a 50 and still they managed to score 201 runs. I want you guys to chip in and give your feedback on our WhatsApp number. Give your point of view on this kind of a scorecard where every batter of your team comes out, plays well, in the sense that they play with the high strike rate, they get out, another player comes in and he also plays with a good strike rate, and eventually Australia manages to score 201 runs. When we compare it to the way Asian teams play, they generally tend to have their top order scoring bigger runs. So if we talk about Pakistan scoring 200 plus runs, we will always expect Babar or Rizwan or Fakhr Zaman to play a long innings rather than 6 or 5 or 4 players scoring 30-40 runs at a high strike rate. So if we look at their batting performance, like I said, Warner was exceptional and he scored 39 runs off just 16 balls, and Travis Head, who is their World Cup finals hero, he also scored 34 runs of 18 balls. Mitchell Marsh, who is the captain of the side, scored 35 runs of 25 balls. Stoinis, who was the superstar from the last game against Oman, man of the match performance, in fact, he scored 30 of 17 runs. Maxwell scored 28 of 25. So all of these players have come to party and they managed to score 201 runs, which eventually proved to be a very big target for England, who could score only 165 of 6 in their 20 overs, where Butler could score 42 of 28, Phil Salt scored 37 of 23. They had a good partnership in the beginning, but they could not manage to pile on big runs and chase down the total that Australia set. And if we talk about Australia's batting, they were exceptionally well in the power play, and and this year's or this season's T20 tournament's biggest opening partnership for power plays is from them, which is 70 in just 6 overs, and they managed to win by a big margin. So all the things are in Australia's favor. They have scored 4 points in the group, and they look to be in a very easy situation to qualify for the next round. A lot of things to be learned from their performance. We'll talk about Pakistan's game when we come back after this song, because we are building up for today's game and we are all excited. 7:30 p.m. today, Pakistan is going to take on arch rivals India. We've already spoken about the changes that are expected today. Saim Ayub is going to be part of the team. Imad Wasim is expected to play today, and we hope for a great game. We have to see as to what combination Pakistan is going to go in this game, because the game that we are going to play today is on a completely different ground compared to where Pakistan played their first game against US. Dallas ground was a different kind of a ground where you could score runs, you could have bigger totals, but New York has so far produced all the low scoring games. We have already spoken about it, that the highest runs that have been scored on this ground are 137 for 7 that Canada scored against Ireland in their game, and only 4 games have been played on this ground. So we expect this game to be a low scoring game once again. So what combination Pakistan should go in this game? If we look at the team that we have, we are saying that we'll go with the 4 pacers, because we know that this ground favors pace attack. The 4 pacers that we had in the last game are Shaheen, Haris, Rauf, Amir and Naseem Shah. Are we gonna go with the same 4 pacers, or we are going to bring in Abbas Afridi in the team is a question. Although all 4 bowlers were quite average in the last game. We saw that Shaheen did not take any wicket, which is a surprise in the game against US. Haris Rauf, we saw that he faltered in the last over where he conceded 15 runs to make the game go into the power play. So we'll have to see as to whether the team trusts on Haris or he gets replaced by Abbas Afridi, the other option that we have as a pacer who is sitting in the ranks. Muhammad Amir, the senior campaigner, making his comeback to the team after 2 years. He also faltered in the power play, conceding 18 runs and conceding a lot of wides, and big wides is also a question. Although Amir bowled exceptionally well in the 20 overs, and 19th over that he bowled in the full game was the over where Pakistan came back in the game, but Haris Rauf conceded 15 in the last over, which actually costed the game to go into the super over. Naseem Shah was exceptional in the last game. He actually started to reverse swing the ball in the game against USA in Dallas. So Naseem Shah is definitely going to play. Obviously Shaheen is also going to be in the team. You can't get away with a bowler like him, and we expect him to do well. And it was outstanding to see Shaheen Shah Afridi in some of the footages with Indian fans, where Indian fans were telling him to be friendly with Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma and take these players as their friends. So we'll wait and see as to how friendly Shaheen Shah Afridi is going to be in this game, but we are all expecting this game to be on fire all the time. We want all our players to be on their toes all the time in the game. We are speaking about the combination that Pakistan is gonna go with today in the game against arch rivals India. We are expecting that Pakistan is gonna go with the same 4 pacers that we had in the game against US, and you have to give them one more game, in the sense that players do take little bit of time in adapting to the situation that's presented to them, and these are all new grounds. New York has only hosted 4 games before this game, so you have to give it to the team, and we expect our team to bounce back. If we talk about middle order, we had Azam Khan in the team in the last game. The news is that he is going to make way for Saim Ayub, who is either going to open with Rizwan or Babar, or he might play on at number 3 position, after which Fakhr Zaman will play at number 4 position. So we are expecting that Azam Khan is going to not play today's game, and Saim Ayub is going to make it to the playing 11 today. If we talk about the all-rounders, we have Shadab Khan and Iftikhar, who played in the last game. The news is that Imad is going to be in the mix today. Now, who is going to go out in place of Imad is to be seen. So either Shadab or Iftikhar will sit in today's game, and Imad will get into the team. So we expect our team to be fully ready, and we have seen that the team managed to do practice yesterday also after a certain delay, and these are all good signs. And if we talk about Indian camp, India is also all geared up for today's game because it's the big game. Anybody losing this game is going to face a lot of criticism, a lot of backlash from their own countries. We know how this game is taken in the respective countries of Pakistan and India, and not just in the respective countries but also everywhere where Pakistanis and Indians even live together. This game is talked about, and the results of this game have huge impact, not just for 1 or 2 days but for many years. We will also see as to how these two teams have played the ICC T20 tournament in previous editions. 2007 was the inaugural edition, and in that edition, Pakistan lost to India in the league game in the bowl out scenario. If you remember, before this power play thing, there were this bowl out situations. So Pakistan lost that game against India in the league game of 2007. Then in the finals, Pakistan lost to India by 5 runs. So these are the two games that we lost in 2007. We all remember how Misbah-ul Haq flicked the ball and we lost that game to India by 5 runs. In 2012 also, India won the game by 8 wickets, and 2014 India won by 7 wickets. 2016 edition where India lost to West Indies in the semi-finals, they beat Pakistan by 6 wickets. In 2021 was the year where Pakistan went on to win against India in the UAE conditions by 10 wickets. In 2022 again, India won against Pakistan by 4 wickets due to Virat Kohli's outstanding performance. So this is the history between these two teams, and we expect this history to change a little, and Pakistan does well in tonight's game. We expect Pakistan to fire all guns blazing in tonight's game, and if we look at the team on paper, Pakistan has a good team. It's only that we have to play as a team. We have to put all of our efforts in the game. We have to field well, especially because in New York we expect a lot of chances in the slips, and we saw in the last game that Iftikhar Ahmed struggled in the slip position. So I think 2 or 3 things are very critical in today's game. One is the toss, because the team winning the toss has the chance to make the other team bat first and get them out on a low score and chase down the low score. Fielding is going to be very critical, especially the slip fielding, which Pakistan has been struggling. Then you have to bowl length balls on this wicket, because we have seen that New York wickets is very good when you ball length balls and you ball wicket to wicket. Also, you have to hit the good length. We saw that Haris Rauf conceded 15 runs only because he was trying to bowl full, and 2 balls that he went on for a 4 and a 6 were all the full balls. In fact, the full toss balls where Pakistan gave away the game. We went into the power play and we lost the game in the power play. So Pakistan has to come out of these problems that we faced in the last game, and if we manage to do so, you can expect Pakistan to win today's game. We are speaking through the combination that Pakistan has to go with in tonight's game against arch rivals India, and we are expecting Pakistan to go with 4 pacers, 2 all-rounders, and some change in the middle order in shape of Azam Khan going out and Saim Ayub making into the team. Pakistan will have to play well. They'll have to especially do well in the fielding, and we have to gel well as a team. We have to listen to all of the senior players also. We saw some of the footages where in the last game when Babar was bringing in Shadab, Amir was telling him not to bring in a spinner at that point in time, and we saw after that over the momentum shifted towards USA. So we saw when we won ICC Champions Trophy back in 2017, we saw the combination of young and senior players. We expect to see the same in tonight's game, and we expect Pakistan to do well. And we have seen that our rivals are also, Indians are also very well prepared, and we saw their captain in one of the press conference. He said that we take Pakistan as a very strong team, because in the last T20 World Cup also Pakistan lost to Zimbabwe, but Pakistan went on to play the semi-finals. So we take this game as very important game. Although the history that we have between the two teams, India has a clear edge, and in generally in ICC tournaments Pakistan gets to beaten by India, but we expect Pakistan to do well this time round. All the support that we have seen is with Pakistan team, not just in Pakistan but also in New York. We've seen how fans are super excited about today's game, and they've forgotten the game that was played between Pakistan and US. They are completely expecting Pakistan to go with the fresh mind and play a new game with the new mindset and win this game. And Pakistan also has the opportunity to win this game and come out with flying colors. And once they win the game against India, a lot of the bad things that are happening in the team will go away, and Pakistan will be right up in the tournament to eventually go on and do well in the tournament. Alright, so the time now is to say goodbye with the hope that Pakistan plays well against India. I'll say goodbye to all of you. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Spin-Off. Keep listening to our City FM 89. I'll see you tomorrow.